In the rustic landscapes of Canaan, under a sky scattered with stars, the story of Jacob began with a prophecy and a birth. Inside the warm tents of Isaac and Rebekah, twins struggled even in the womb, foretelling a life of contention. Esau, the firstborn, emerged strong and ruddy, a hunter destined for the wild. Jacob followed, his tiny hand gripping Esau's heel, a symbol of his future, a life of striving and ambition. Jacob, growing in Esau's formidable shadow, developed a thoughtful and astute nature. One fateful day, as Esau returned from the fields, weary and famished, Jacob seized an opportunity that would forever change their destinies. For a mere bowl of stew, Esau, impulsive and rash, traded his birthright to Jacob. This pivotal exchange set a chain of events into motion, intertwining destiny with desire. As Isaac aged, the time came for him to bestow the all-important family blessing. Isaac, accepting the end was near, requested Esau go on a hunt to provide one more meal for his father. Rebekah, favoring Jacob, masterminded a plan of deception. Jacob, draped in Esau's clothes and disguised in goatskins, entered his father's tent. In a voice trembling with uncertainty, he deceived his blind father, stealing the blessing meant for Esau. The moment Esau discovered the betrayal, the tent echoed with his anguished cries. Fearing Esau's wrath, Jacob fled into the unknown, beginning a journey that would lead him to far-off lands and trials. Arriving in the bustling town of Haran, Jacob's heart was captivated by Rachel, a shepherdess of stunning beauty. In a deal struck with Laban, her father, Jacob committed to 7 years of labor for her hand in marriage. Yet Laban deceived Jacob, giving him Leah, his eldest daughter, instead of Rachel. His heart still set on Rachel, Jacob reluctantly agreed to another 7 years of work. These years were marked by hard labor, growing wealth, and the birth of his children, who would become the forefathers of the tribes of Israel. Amidst his growing family and flocks, Jacob felt the stirring of a deep, unfulfilled longing. It was then that God called him to return to his homeland. With a heavy heart and a caravan filled with his life's work, Jacob embarked on a stealthy departure from Haran. Confronted by an angry Laban, they eventually parted ways under a mutual agreement, leaving Jacob free to continue his journey back to the land of his fathers. As Jacob approached the Jabbok River, a place of serene beauty and quiet, he found himself alone, reflecting on his impending reunion with Esau. As the moon casts its silver glow, an enigmatic figure emerged, his presence commanding and mysterious. Jacob, ever the challenger, meets this figure with a mix of awe and defiance. Without words, an extraordinary wrestling match begins, pitting mortal against divine, man against God. Under the celestial dome, their struggle rages on. Jacob, fueled by a lifetime of battles, both internal and external, exhibits a strength that belies his humanity. The divine figure, an embodiment of the Almighty, engages with a power that is both overwhelming and mysterious. Hours pass, marked only by the shifting constellations above. The two figures, locked in combat, are a spectacle of raw power and determination. Jacob, though weary, refuses to relent. His opponent, equally resolute, seems surprised by this human's tenacity. As dawn begins to break, casting a golden hue over the scene, the divine being realizes the stubbornness of Jacob's will. In an act both wondrous and confounding, he touches Jacob's hip, dislocating it with a mere gesture, a stark reminder of the vast chasm between mortal and divine strength. Yet, in this moment of vulnerability, Jacob's resolve only deepens. he clings to his celestial opponent, demanding a blessing, a request bold enough to give even a divine being pause. The air was thick with the power of the moment, the river itself seeming to hold its breath. The divine figure, moved by Jacob's unyielding spirit, bestowed upon him a new name, Israel, for he has struggled with God and men and has prevailed. This blessing, both hard-won and profound, marks a transformation not just in name, but in spirit. As the figure departs, leaving Jacob alone by the river, now limping but spiritually reborn, the first rays of the sun illuminate a changed man. This wrestling match remains a testament to the power of faith, perseverance, and the unending quest for spiritual growth. As he limps towards his camp, Israel's thoughts turn to the imminent meeting with Esau. Once driven by fear and manipulation, he now approaches this reunion with a sense of humility and a desire for reconciliation. The encounter with the divine has not just left him physically altered, but has profoundly shifted his perspective on life and relationships. Upon reaching his camp, Israel's family and servants greet him with concern and curiosity. They notice the change in his demeanor, the newfound strength in his eyes, despite his evident pain. As they prepare to move forward, Israel strategizes for the meeting with Esau. He arranges for generous gifts to be sent ahead, hoping to appease his brother. He divides his family and flocks, a precautionary measure stemming from a lifetime of cautious tactics. Finally, the moment of reunion arrives. Israel sees Esau approaching in the distance, his heart pounding with a mix of fear and hope. He moves ahead of his family, bowing to the ground 7 times as he approaches his brother, a gesture of respect and penance. In a moment that feels suspended in time, Esau runs to meet Israel, embracing him, weeping. The years of anger and hurt dissolve in this embrace, replaced by the unspoken language of familial love and forgiveness. Israel, reflecting on his journey, marked by deceit, struggle, divine encounters, and now reconciliation, realizes the profound truth of his new name. He has indeed wrestled with both God and men, and has emerged not just as a survivor, but as a man transformed, blessed with a deeper understanding of himself, his faith, and the power of forgiveness.